The Maryland Public Information Act. On the Maryland Attorney General's website, it says the public's right to information about government activities lies at the heart of a democratic government, giving people a broad right to access records.
Submitting a Public Information Act request is really the lifeblood of transparency and accountability.
But now a new bill, requested by that very office, could limit that.
This is a step in the wrong direction.
The bill, proposed in both the State House and Senate, says complaints could be filed against people whose request or pattern of requests are deemed to be, quote, frivolous, vexatious, abusive, or in bad faith. If a compliance board agrees with the complaint, then the governmental agency could simply ignore public records requests and wouldn't be required to respond to future requests from that person either. David Williams, a taxpayer advocate, says
the biggest concern is that the administration, this administration or any administration, can politicize this process and deny information based upon politics.
The bill doesn't provide much information or even define what's considered frivolous, annoying, abusive, or in bad faith.
This bill is so vague and so general that it could deny information to anybody for really any reason.
Since public records requests can be used to get to the bottom of corruption, waste, fraud, or other issues in government and other agencies funded by your tax dollars, Williams says if passed, this law could also be used for government officials to hide what they're doing.
Serious allegations of grade changing.
A Project Baltimore investigation has uncovered.
Through public records requests, Fox 45 and Project Baltimore have uncovered serious issues like grade changing in Baltimore City schools.
City Schools has refused to release important documents about how some students are graduating. Now, a judge is making them.
After taking city schools to court,
the judge heard all of the evidence and found not just that the school system mistakenly violated the law, but that they intentionally violated the law. Decisions like this are critical to accountability in government. Oftentimes government will think that it's above the law, and in this case the judge said in fact that the school system thought they were above the law.
Or in this case, involving a Baltimore City Schools police officer who was paid for nearly a year after he was arrested, accused of tax violations and fraudulently submitting overtime to get more than $215,000 of tax dollars.
North Avenue placed him on administrative leave, but the district would not tell Fox 45 News if he was on paid leave. Now, through a public records request, we have learned Smith was being paid until September 6, 2024, meaning taxpayers continued to pay him his full salary for 364 days after he was arrested.
It's common for agencies to not want to respond to records requests, to take a long time to fulfill requests, or charge big fees for getting documents. Like in this case, where then Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby was stonewalling efforts to provide information she disclosed in ethics forms, trying to charge more than $156,000. But with the current laws in place, getting information that the public has a right to is still possible. Something that could change if this new bill is passed.
More information should be made available to the public, to the media, to nonprofits, to everybody. It would be shameful for this legislation to pass and for it to be signed by the governor.
So we reached out to Attorney General Anthony Brown, asking if he's concerned this bill could limit the access of information and if his office is advocating for less transparency from governmental entities. We also reached out to other top officials like Senate President Bill Ferguson, House Speaker Adrian Jones, and Governor Wes Moore, asking if they plan to support this bill, which limits transparency. And late this afternoon, I actually heard back from the spokesperson from the Office of the Attorney General. They say this bill is to prevent abuses of the Public Information Act. And they said, quote, it will help with PIA compliance and help the board work more efficiently and improve government transparency. And we are still waiting to hear back from the other state officials, but we'll let you know what they have to say. Live in Baltimore, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.